The Heart, an analysis of human and divine affectivity by Dietrich von Hildebrand. Dietrich von Hildebrand was a genius. He was a 20th century theologian. He was born in 1889 in Florence. His family was German, but his father was a famous sculptor, Adolf von Hildebrand, who sculpted the Father Rhine fountain in Munich. Dietrich von Hildebrand converted to Catholicism in 1914 and became arguably the greatest church thinker of the 20th century. He wrote several books, including his masterpiece Transformation in Christ, which was written in Vienna when he had fled from the Nazis. Von Hildebrand sort of saw the Nazi threat before it happened, and in 1933 Hitler personally called for his execution, and he went to Vienna, where he published an anti-Nazi newspaper and gave a series of lectures on Christianity, which became the book Transformation in Christ, which is a philosophical, sociological, anthropological, and theological masterpiece. You don't need to be Christian to sort of be astounded by the perspicacity of von Hildebrand. So a couple years ago, this guy John Henry Crosby, who's a 25-year-old whippersnapper, comes along, and Crosby's father was a student of von Hildebrand, so Crosby the Younger starts the Dietrich von Hildebrand Legacy Project. I believe it's hildebrandlegacy.org. And he dedicates himself to keeping von Hildebrand's memory alive, starting a website and reissuing a lot of his works with the help of St. Augustine Press, which I believe is staugustine.net. And this is the first one. And it's a fantastic book. It's brilliant. It's well worth your time. And my favorite part is when he talks about the Sermon on the Mount, because one of von Hildebrand's big thing was the human heart as a legitimate arbiter and judge of objective values. In other words, he thought that the human heart had been denigrated by philosophy, which emphasized the will and the psyche and, the chemicals that are bouncing around our heads, and sort of said, well, the heart is this subjective thing and it's kind of squishy and everything. And von Hildebrand said, well, yeah, parts of it can't be objective, but it also responds in a legitimate way to objective beauty. He loved Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, and he used to say, nothing subjective about that, man. That's just an objectively great thing. And when he wrote about the Sermon on the Mount, he talked about it as an objective and real form of knowledge, really, not something weird or, subjective or religious. After the Sermon on the Mount, a new world is open to our minds. We hear words with a supernatural ring as the glory of divine charity unfolds itself before our eyes. The infinite character of this charity flashes up. All obstacles and all boundaries to love are leveled. Attitudes which on a natural level seem justified are incompatible with love and even sinful. The commandment of charity reaches to unknowable depths. Not only deeds positively injuring our neighbor, but even sharp words are incompatible with charity. And not only our neighbor, but our enemy also deserves charity. The reign of charity is no longer restricted in any manner or to any realm. Victoriously the kingdom of charity surpasses all natural bounds. Regnum justiae amoris et pacis. Kingdom of justice, of love, and of peace, as the preface of the Feast of Christ the King says. That's dynamite, man. HildebrandLegacy.org. Check it out.